Hey basketball players, today I'm going to give you 3 tips and 3 skills that you're going to need to have to make the NBA. Now, really quickly, the NBA is really hard to make. That is a very difficult goal to crack. However, I know every single one of you are going to be able to do it if you put in the work every single day. So, I'm going to give you 3 skills and a couple of tips. My first tip is going to be make sure to do extremely well in school. Sure, there's a select few players who are skipping college and university and going to the NBA. Of course, you can go to the D-League route and then make it into the NBA. You can go over to Europe, you can go over to Australia, you can go over to China. There's so many different leagues that you can go over to, build your brand, and then go to the NBA. However, you have to be extremely good to be able to do that. So, having an education is going to allow you to make the NCAA or other college or university leagues around the world, and then you can build your brand and possibly make the NBA. But this takes work every single day. Now, my first skill that I'm going to give you is going to be defense. Defense needs to be extremely good. My biggest tip is going to be at the end of this video, however. Defense, remember, staying on your toes, staying low, being able to be agile, changing directions, staying in front of your defender, being in front of your defender or between your your player and the net is extremely important. Knowing how to play help defense. Knowing if your player is out on the wing, the ball's over here, you need to be roughly in this area so that you can play help defense. If that guy drives, you can take a charge. Remember, don't be afraid to take a charge. Now my next tip is going to be working out, getting strong, getting fast. This is extremely important. Of course, you don't necessarily have to be able to dunk a ball perfectly to make the NBA. We've seen players who can't dunk in the NBA. However, that athleticism to be able to dunk helps you with defense. It also helps you on offense. Your first step quickness comes a lot from the same muscles as you would use to dunk a ball. So keep that in mind. If you really want to be able to catch that ball and then attack that defender quickly, your first step quickness needs to be fantastic, has to be great, which also comes in line with being able to dunk. Now my second skill that I'm going to give you today is ball handling ability. This is something that I never had extremely great deals of. My idea of ball handling for me, I was a swing guard. I played point guard, shooting guard when I went down to the States. And my ability of dribbling was just the ability to protect my dribble and drive on every single player. I was a shooter, but also I was a slasher. I was the one who was driving on everyone because my playing weight was 200 pounds and I was 6'2". Most guards who are in that 6 foot to 6'3" range are only between 160 and 175 pounds. So I knew to use my weight and defensive dribbling so that I could easily attack that player. Now, if you are the type of player who has handles, has the ability of doing a hang dribble in and out, crossover, and whatever else, see, I just lost it. Then go ahead and do those moves. However, what you're really looking to do, if you can't do that, of course, practicing to be able to do that is great. This is something everyone needs to do. However, if you're at that point right now that you can't do those types of moves, however, you have that powerful defensive dribbling that I have, what you can do is learn to keep your shoulder lower than your defenders. When you're driving past, keep the closest leg ahead and your arm out, and you can dribble past. However, you can use your strength and power. And to do this, if you get a half a step ahead of your defender, you can start putting your shoulder in, not down, but in, keeping it in line with this foot so that now he has to retreat and you have an open lane. Now, if you're looking to be able to control the ball better, but also shoot the ball better, wrist workouts are amazing. I've got a few of those on this channel. Go check out, search my channel. You can search Google or YouTube for Basketball Coach Allen wrist exercises, workouts, whatever, you'll see them there. But wrist strength is extremely important, okay? So when you're dribbling a ball, you are using your elbow to power through. However, your wrist is extremely important because you want that power to be able to flick that ball down. And then also when you're passing, you're using your wrist to flick. You're also using your wrist to shoot. So because of this, wrist exercises are extremely important. My third and final skill that I'm going to tell you today that is extremely important to go where you really want to go in basketball is shooting. So shooting's always been important for guards, but now it's getting even more important for forwards and centers as well. The reason for this is because more and more teams are switching over to a 5-out or 4-out offense that incorporates more and more three-point shots, because if you can shoot over 36% from the three-point line, you're actually a higher percentage scorer from the three than you are down here in the low post. So being able to shoot a basketball at a high percentage is becoming more and more important every single day, especially if you want to make some of those professional leagues around the world. Now, I hope that these 3 skills can help you attain your goals in basketball. If they do, hit that like button, subscribe. If you feel like supporting this channel, go check out the merch in the shelf below, and I'll see you guys again in our next video.